You also attended in the golden years of Berklee with Pat and...
Pat was there, and Vinnie Colaiuta was like we were jamming. Neil Steubenhaus was another really great bass player. Did tons of sessions more than anything. Then he became a real session guy back in those days. And then there was a whole host of people. Sco was there too at the same time. John Scofield.
Cool.
Yeah,
nice.
A bunch of people.
Do you guys think like there are many unknown jazz players or unknown great musicians? And I think that your network and friends and places you go make a big difference many times on our career, right? And do you think it was important also for you, I mean, not only learning from Berklee, but be there, when it comes to opportunities? Do you think it was important?
For me to be just for me, I got so much out of it because I just didn't know enough, I didn't know how to really read, guitar. I really, when I went there, I just got all that stuff together, just straight up, kind of theory and putting it all together, and stuff that I really needed. And then playing with a lot of students that were already much better at that. I was playing blues kind of pretty good, but all the other stuff, playing standard tunes and all was difficult. And I played with students that were really kicking ass doing that. They were playing beautifully. So that really helped. And then after that, it was just, it'll just go that far. Sometimes, of course, you can meet other people that might help you in a career, but basically after that, you're kind of on your own with this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Although a lot of students that I was going with, that I was at the same time studying with, were teaching at Berklee and still kept doing that, or became just really good teachers as well as players, but more teaching on the teaching side. I was just lucky to get some very cool.
Did you like teaching? Or
yeah, I still do that. I
do still?
Yeah, I did. Of course, during the pandemic, that was it. That's all anybody did. But I like to play. Despite all the difficulties, I really want to keep playing no matter what. So that's what we're doing.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Also, I should say, I met Laney in Boston.
What's the story?
At that time. And with Berklee, yeah.
I didn't
Bill
know.
Frisell introduced us.
Cool.
Bill Frisell.
Okay,
One of the greatest guitar players around.
My guitar teacher was Bill Frisell, and he was his best friend. So I went with my teacher. He said, "You gotta check out this other way of playing guitar, Vegas. You gotta check out this other way of playing guitar, more like a southern rock style." And
somebody said, "Yeah, well, it could be." It's kind of more like some rock in there and some blues, more blues than. But Bill has
I came
his own thing.
from Europe, so all of this was like new and fabulous to me. All these different ways of.
Nice. That was during the 60s or the 70s?
No, we're 70s.
The 70s.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Nice. Great moment for music, for Motown, for everything,
Totally.
But when the city where I grew up in Munich, it had an army base. And they had a great big band. Mal Walden was the piano player, and a lot of the jazz musicians that were in those big bands, they stayed in Germany afterwards. When they finished their military service, Mal Walden was in there in my first band. Our piano player was his student. So a lot of great American jazz musicians worked in the military. And that's how jazz went all over the place, because they often married in different countries, in everywhere, and that's how jazz got everywhere.
Totally.
And also there was one other thing. There was a radio station that was from the American military. It was called Radio Free Europe, and the purpose was to send messages of democracy to the eastern countries. It was a like political. It was like a spy station, and
Cold War times.
all they used was jazz. So Radio Free Europe played everybody, Coltrane and Miles Davis from morning to evening.
There used to be a commercial for Radio Free Europe when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
There was?
And they would do, they say the neon lights are bright on Broadway. That was their commercial, and it wasn't George. It was before George recorded it. It was kind of like more like I don't know, Creedence Clearwater or something. It had a different vibe. It was,
So I feel like a lot of the American jazz musicians that didn't want to go to war, they hid out in all of those big bands. And actually at Berklee, a lot of my teachers came from that. Actually, my two main harmony teachers were like ex-army guys.
I see. That's cool.
From the big bands.
there are some positive sides.
Welcome into Brazil and again, and
Thank
thanks for
you.
the conversation.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Have a great time here and a great gig.
Thanks, bro.
Great tour.